Yo, Bev, so your boy Phil is in trouble.
My boy,
Your
man.
boy Phil is in hot water.
My baby. Oh, gosh. Like, okay. The CM Punk drama, I think it's something that is, I don't want to say career ending, but I can already smell the sharks coming after him.
Oh, the sharks. The man has been attacked since Wednesday.
Yeah, they're ripping him apart. And I can't say it's not justifiable. Like, I can't say that they're not wrong. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, does he have a point? Or is he really just narcissistic, self-absorbed person everybody, is making him out to be?
They said it was something about, like, something that Hangman Page had said about him during when they was building up to their big title match. Yeah. And he had said something about something CM Punk's personal life or something about Colt Cabana or something like that. One of CM Punk's, well, he was close friends with Colt Cabana, but he had this big court case, but, that's here nor there. So I do believe I heard something about him bringing that up and CM Punk didn't like that. And also there was something where it was like, the locker room was talking about Hangman Page saying that he doesn't need to take advice from the veterans.
Yeah, Hangman Page don't need to take advice from veterans? Yeah. Why would anybody tell him
that? That was one thing that I heard. I don't know how true that one is, but there was like a reporter too saying something about that. So
that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, Hangman Page felt like he didn't, but that was one of the things. So don't quote me on it.
But I think like my whole thing is that we have all our eyes on CM Punk and Hangman Page, but this is what I think it honestly is, and not saying that CM Punk shouldn't take responsibility, but this is what happens when TK don't got a tight rein on his locker room.
TK's not being a boss.
He's like wants to be everybody's friend. Like I feel like he wants to be the fun parent. He wants to be the fun dad, and he wants everybody to have a great time. But it's like I want everybody to like me, but you can't run a company like that. No, and especially when you see that your competition is doing very well and you're not doing very well. All of a sudden, all that brotherly love, all that we're a family, all that turns into a lot of finger pointing. So even though CM Punk might be the name in the headlines right now,
he's the dollar and cents.
I feel like there's probably issues all up and down that back locker room.
No, it definitely is. I mean, we've been hearing more and more about. The crazy thing is we've been hearing beef in the locker room when Cody was still there. Yeah. And people was letting that fly over their heads and like, this is
under the radar.
It was reports because I remember I was at work and I would listen to, all these people talk about these reports, and I remember I was speaking to JD. I was listening to JD, and he was talking to Jesse, and there was some beef going on with the Elite, and they were saying why Cody Rhodes. Why he wasn't on being the Elite as much? Yeah. Why he don't hang with them? Because there was like some inside beef, and a lot of people saying like, "Oh no, this is all work." People. That's the first thing. This is all work. They're all friends. And what did Cody Rhodes do? He left the company and took the best gamble ever that I think a wrestler could ever do. Yeah. He literally went from AEW to Vince McMahon controlled WWE. And risked his entire career, and he literally got the hero's welcome, and he's a big star now. But
I mean, obviously, because it's competition, so anybody that goes from the competition to you is gonna get treated like a king.
Yeah, so it's just like, but it's been beef in that locker room since for a while. Since Cody. Yeah,
but I mean, you have a bunch of. No offense, but you got a bunch of petty people. Like you have a bunch of people who have no problem going on Twitter, having Twitter beefs with people, calling people names, calling people out on the program. Like you have a bunch of
Sammy Guevara having beef with my boy Top Dollar.
Yeah, like you
have hotter than Top Dollar.
You have all these people who have no problem doing that. running a company. Obviously, it's going to trickle down. So even though people are, talking about CM Punk, they bringing back up that old Triple H segment.
I ain't gonna lie, that kind of aged like fine wine.
Yeah, I'm bringing back that old Triple H segment. But the whole thing that I feel like with CM Punk, and I feel like in general, is that there are certain wrestlers that they can be more company people, more quote-unquote loyal, because that's the thing about CM Punk. People think that he's not loyal, he's all to himself, he's just a quitter. It's easy to be a team player when the team is backing you, when you know that your bosses like you, when you know that the people behind you actually want to see you win. So you can have the people like John Cena and Undertaker and all those people and Brock Lesnar talk about, oh yeah, we're loyal to the company. Ric Flair, they're loyal to the company because the company was loyal to them. But people, I feel like, want CM Punk to be this dedicated man to WWE when it was very clear that they do not like him. And it's like, why? Now, was it deserved or not? I don't know. Maybe he said something. Maybe he did some stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about. But why in the world would you be loyal to a company who does not like y'all? Like, y'all people like to call people quitters. Y'all like to call Sasha Banks, Naomi. Y'all like to call all these people quitters. But at the same time, y'all be online. Y'all be on these forums, these Reddits, talk about, oh, I left my job. Oh, yeah, forget minimum wage, forget McDonald's, forget Starbucks, wherever it is that y'all work. Y'all have no problem quitting y'all jobs, but yet y'all want these people to give their blood, sweat, and tears to a company.
All these neck beards.
y'all want the people to give their blood, sweat, and company to a company that is gonna fire you on your wedding day. And I know what you say. You say that, that CM Punk needs to let it go and move on. And you are probably right. You know how I feel. I feel like CM Punk needs to go back to WWE. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Is that possible still? I don't know.
Not with Triple H in charge.
I don't know.
If Vince McMahon was in charge, he had a shot then, but not Triple H. They just did not like each other. They never got along. They just didn't. Like, Triple H didn't understand CM Punk, and CM Punk they just never liked each other.
But even so, I feel like it'd be one thing if Triple H was, not Triple H, if CM Punk was just coming back out, and it was just like, could Triple H, put his pride aside?
Can they coexist?
Because he knew CM Punk would be a big draw. But it's like, AEW is literally burying this man's legacy.
It's just...
But AEW does that with, I think, everybody, to be honest.
Everybody they come in white hot, and then next thing you know, they lose all their momentum, and then they're like everybody else.
Fizzle out.
Keithly. But, with Punk, this is just a weird situation because he is the world champion. He got this whole thing with Mox going on. And it's just like...
Bro, that segment looked terrible. I don't care what nobody says.
But a lot of people felt like when he went into business for himself, you didn't see, but when Mox was coming out, he was doing snow angels on the ground. Like, he was literally, like, doing snow angels on the ground, like, in the ring. And he also called out Hangman Page, like, to come out. Like, if you want your match, come out now or stuff like that. That was a shoot, of course, because Hangman Page wasn't scheduled to come out there. But when you start to go into business for yourself,
yeah,
that is an instant no-no in pro wrestling. You're not going to see somebody do that on WWE. You for sure ain't going to see, like, somebody do that for Vince McMahon will fire you.
But the thing I think about that is...
And that goes back to TK.
Yeah, like I said, that's what happens when you know that there's not going to be any consequences. Nobody's suffering no consequences. Nobody's getting in trouble for any of this. It's a free-for-all in there. Everybody's doing what they want, and the company's going down. And I feel like just because CM Punk might be the guy in the headlines right now, he's not the only person acting a fool up in there.
They said the entire locker room is divided right now.
And I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
TK need to get in there. He needs to get some underlings. I don't know I don't know who his underlings are, but he needs to go in there and he needs to clean up house. But at the same time, he needs to, actually put on a show that is worthy of people bringing their A game. Because right now, y'all got all these botches. Y'all got all these terrible stories. Y'all got all these people.
These brawls. I mean, that Mox and Punk brawl was
just awful. It's just awful. So why should anybody bring their A game when y'all are clearly treating the company like the D-list company? Yeah. Hopefully they turn it around. I'm rooting for you, CM Punk.
Yeah, we rooting for Phil.